Hey, I hope you guys are doing good. Just wanted to take a minute and review the two loan scenarios I sent to you. Following my cursor here, you can see in the first loan scenario, we're looking at a 10% down conventional 30-year fix with a purchase price of $535,000. The down payment in this scenario, again, 10% would be $53,500, and then the total loan amount would be $481,500. That's what your principal and interest payments will be based off of at 4.25%. And just kind of going down the sheet here, you can see the monthly payment breakdown. So principal and interest would be $2,368.69. The monthly mortgage insurance would be $220.69. And then we're using the property taxes specific to that property. So those annual property taxes would break out to $346.08. And then we're estimating the homeowner's insurance. Right now I'm estimating the homeowner's insurance at about $900 a year. So when we break that down monthly, that'll be $75 a month included in your monthly payment. So for the purchase price of $535,000, the total monthly payment with everything included would basically be $3,010.46. So then going into the closing costs option or box here, you can see the title insurance, which is based off of the loan amount, is going to be somewhere around $880. The escrow fee, which is where we send all the final loan documents to, they take care of signing all your final loan documents with you, and then also take care of wiring the funds to and from everybody's account. So they're really like a third non-interested closing attorney. So roughly $1,095. Their fees based off of the sales price, where the title insurance is based off of the loan amount. So these are estimated for now, depending on the company that's specified in your purchase and sale agreement. Those fees will change a little bit. I always try to overestimate when I can. So depending on the company, those will be real close or just a little bit lower than what we're quoting here. So just kind of moving down the line here, you can see wire fee is basically on cue wiring to a outside escrow company, just recovering the $30 wire fee. The appraisal fee will be $535, which is pretty standard for a conventional appraisal report. So basically, again, that's paid to the appraiser. Credit report, by the time everything's at closing, we'll have about $23 in credit report. So we have the initial credit report that we're pulling when we do the pre-approval, and then just before closing we're going to do what's called a loan quality credit report as well. And basically it's going to refresh your accounts, make sure that there isn't any new inquiries on your credit report, monthly payments haven't changed too much, just kind of really double checking the snapshot of your credit report to make sure it matches up with what we had going through underwriting. And there's a little bit of variance that's allowed in there, so but just keep that in mind. Towards closing, we will pull a new credit report just to make sure that there's no new inquiries and any additional accounts that we may need to know about. So OnQ's processing fee, that's actually paid to OnQ Financial, and it's $985. You see that it's pretty standard in the industry to see a processing fee or an underwriting fee, something along those lines, in addition to possibly like a loan origination fee or a loan discount fee. So just kind of continuing to move down here. Recording fee, about $200. That's paid to the county, and that's basically recording all the loan documents. Escrow will take care of recording everything with the county that transfers ownership of the property, everything like that. So the total closing cost would be $3,747 roughly, depending on the main things that can change again are the title and escrow fee, and that'll just depend on the company that we use. Moving down into the prepaid section, the first line here is your in-term interest. What that is basically the use of the money for the remainder of the month. So if we close on the 15th of a 30-day month, then we're going to collect 15 days of interest. That gets you to, let's just say, the end of November. And then your first payment wouldn't be until January 1st. So you always pay interest on the money that you've used. You don't pay on the time that you're going to be there. Property taxes at closing, going to set up a escrow account. So again, everything will be just taken care of in your monthly payment. So at closing, they'll collect right around 6 months. We're kind of in that time frame where they may collect 4 or 5 at closing, but again, I always like try to overestimate, so I just go with the standard 6 months estimated at closing. So what that does is basically pre-funds your escrow account. So then when the property taxes are due in April and October, there's enough there in your escrow account through the monthly payment that they can just pay the 6 months in full and then do the same again in October. So as you make your monthly payment, the money, the $346, is going to be set aside each month to cover the property tax bill when it becomes due. The same is true for homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance works on a annual premium though. So basically they're going to prepay the first month's homeowners insurance, or the first year homeowners insurance at closing, and then as you make your monthly payments, that money will be put aside to pay the bill in full when it becomes due next year. Now at closing, they're going to collect right around 2 months of reserves, because between closing and the next time the premium's due, you're only going to have basically 11 payments. So they want to make sure that there's enough in the escrow accounts that any bills that become due can just be paid in full. So that kind of takes care of the prepaid section. Again, the big thing is what your homeowner's insurance premium is. You'll let us know what company you want to use. We'll contact them to get an insurance binder, and then that number will change. Any changes there should be pretty minimal. So $3,967 for the prepaid items is what the total is there. So the bottom box is the settlement, and what that is just basically adding everything up. So down payment of $53,500, closing costs again $3,747, and then the total of the prepaid items $3,967. So that gives you a total closing amount, which would be due at escrow, of $61,215. And again, or when you make your purchase and sale, you'll make an earnest money deposit, and that number will be credited towards the total cost for the financing. So over in the second scenario, basically all the numbers, everything's laid out exactly the same. We're just looking at a $530,000 sales price, which would, at 10% down, your down payment amount would be $53,000. And then in this scenario, you'd be financing $477,000 versus a $481,500. So again, 4.25% on the interest rate, and then the breakdown of the monthly payment. You can see the total for this scenario: $2,986.26. Everything stays the same. Mortgage insurance will adjust a little bit, just because the mortgage insurance amount is based off the loan amount, not the sales price. Principal and interest will be a little bit lower just because you're financing a little bit less. So again, going down through the closing costs, everything's pretty much the same. Title insurance will adjust a little bit because it's based off of the loan amount. Escrow, it might adjust a little bit because it's based off the sales price, but it just depends on the tier that we're in for sales price. Usually they go by 25,000s or so. So you can see in this scenario, total for closing costs $3,729, and then the total prepaids $3,959, and the only real difference there is the amount of interim interest. So going down into the settlement box, you can see the total of everything: $53,000 for the down payment, closing costs, prepaids. In this scenario, at closing, you need $60,689. And again, when you do your earnest money deposit, that number will be credited in there as well, so that'll be reduced by whatever amount that earnest money deposit is. So any questions, definitely give me a call. Hopefully this kind of helps explain everything. I know we're going to try to do it over the phone, but just sometimes it's easier just to have a visual. So again, any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call, 425-698-2917. Thanks.